Hey, everybody. Thank you, first of all, for doing this, for all the chapters. I'm really getting tired of this story. So hopefully it's so good. It'll be flawless. My name is Kelli Vrla, Kelli. V as in Victor, R-L-A. I represent the North Texas chapter. My audience will be corporate audience, could be leaders, could be mid-managers, could be front row, frontline staffers, people that need a boost of resilience and help with adversity. A lot of people are still short-staffed and they're getting kind of burnt out. They're having to wear a lot of hats, and we want to make sure that I give them the tools and the mindset to be more present and to embrace lightness. That's where we're going with this message. So enjoy. My great grandfather used to say, in order to motivate people, you got to know two things: what makes them tick and what ticks them off, which is really Greek for you got to know what you like and what you don't like, even in work and not work, because it can bring you energy and it can literally take the air out of your sails. Think about first time things. Think about first time you learned to ride a bike. Maybe it was kind of anxious for you. Maybe the first time you ever do a process at work. How about first time flying? Boy, that could really scare you. Well, I want to make my commitment taking the worst out of first by helping you be a little more present and embrace lightness when you do. First time flyers, have you ever been one? Of course, if you've never flown at one time, some people are really nervous. And you always know who the first time flyers are. You can pick them out. They're watching the emergency announcement, right? And this woman sitting next to me, she is white knuckling the armrest, the one I'm going to steal halfway through the flight. But I don't interrupt while it's going on because I know she's intensely watching. And I didn't have the heart to tell her, ma'am, as she's looking for the nearest exits. If we go down, there'll be a lot of exits. In fact, you'll be out already. Part of you'll be out over here, and part of you'll be out over here. You pretty much don't need to locate them right now. But you don't say that to a first time flyer. She's nervous. So I said, hey, have you not flown before? And she goes, no, I'm terrified. I said, listen, I've been flying since I was 6 years old. My dad used to fly big jets like this. If you knew how strong they were, you wouldn't worry, even in a storm. And I could see her just visibly relax. I said, now you know your part on the takeoff, right? And she goes, what do you mean? I said, well, with the fuel prices, what they are these days, the passengers have been helping with the lift and the draft of the aircraft when we take off. She goes, what do you mean? I go, well, we have to flap a little bit when we go down the runway and we blow just a little bit. It really works like a charm. We've been doing it for months. She's now, you can see her getting nervous again. She's looking out the window. Well, the gentleman in front of me turned around when she wasn't looking because your voice carries forward. And he goes, hey, we heard you. We'll do it with you. And I thought, oh, this is great. And this gentleman over here is tugging on my jacket and he goes, hey, 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 we heard you. We're going to do it with you. And I'm thinking, this is great. I got a crew of 6. We're on the second row in the back of the plane. This could actually work. So I check my crew and I say, fellow passengers, prepare for liftoff. And I say, check, 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 check. And look over here. She's got her eyes closed. Check. Shh, shh. She's flapping like crazy. The passengers that are around us have picked up. Many of them we look like a huffing, puffing herd of crazed geese. And we hit the wild blue, and she starts to do her celebration dance. And she said, I did so good on my first takeoff. Woohoo! And then when we landed in Pittsburgh, we all watched her go off alone to take her connection. No, I'm not that mean. I said, to be honest, we don't really do that on the takeoff. And she said, well, I was a little suspicious at first. She said, but you convinced me to flap so hard that I forgot we left the earth. And I said, yeah, she was all in. It's great when you're all in. Takes your mind off the anxiety. And in Greek, in fact, we have a word for all in. We call it opa. And when we say it to each other, people say it back. I say opa, and you say opa. Nice. And what it means is to your happiness, your health, and abundance. It's a fun story, and I'll tell you it's true. True story, but what can we learn from this? Well, first, I think we need to learn to be more present. The world is in high distraction mode right now, and we all need to plug in more so we can have a higher return on each interaction. That's the ROI I'm talking about. Second, we need to know what makes us and others tick and what ticks us off so we can temper our behavior, so we can focus forward to fix, not back on blame. And finally, we need to embrace the crazy makers with more lightness so we can tap in and we can optimize our mindset and our heart set and our skill set. So the next time you fly or you do a first time something, be on the lookout for your first time flyers. Make sure the first time is not their worst time so you can help them and yourself enjoy that journey. Oprah, my friends.